Hello everyone, welcome to another video, this time about how to approve. So how to actually follow up on applications to make an EP approved. So therefore, I first want to give you an overview about which steps we have before going more into detail for every single step. So the first step is after your EP applied, you create a group with the host LC. You're the responsible for that, yeah? So you create a group on WhatsApp with you, the EP manager, and the EP. Then you prepare the EP for the interview. The interview will be done by the host LC, but you're the one to prepare and to support the EP in establishing it, scheduling it, and it will usually be done by Google Meet or any other online platform. Then you clarify all the details, visa, fees, and dates and everything. And you make sure that the host LC communicates that via WhatsApp in your group or via a mail. Then it's important to fill the acceptance note. The EP has to do that on isaac.org in their profile. Then you send out the contract and payment information after the EP filled the acceptance note. So after the EP is accepted, not accepted by host anymore. And you do this via mail. We have a standard way for that. Then it's important to fill the ECB audit form. From your side. Here's the link, bit.ly/ogx/approval. And after that is done and you see that you have all the proofs needed, you can approve. And you also inform the host LC to actually approve on XPAL. A bit more details about that. So the group, what is important about the group, you created, as we said, on WhatsApp, and you include yourself or whoever is the EP manager. If it's one of your members, they are in there, the EP and the person responsible from the host side. And why do we have these groups? So it's important you have this group to actually give guidance about the process. So everything we go through right now, you tell them one step after the other. So now you do this, now you do that. And you can have like all questions the EP have, they can ask them there, because sometimes they don't know who to ask, you or the host LC. If you have it all in one group, they can just ask their questions and then it's clear from all sides. Plus you also learn a lot from that, because some questions the EP might usually ask the host LC, but you don't know about it. So if you're in this group, you will hear the questions and the answers for one EP, and the next EP, you can maybe already tell them in advance before this question even arises. This group is there to also arrange for the interview, so you know when actually the interview is scheduled. You can support in the LC, the host LC, in following up, reminding the EP, and so on. And you can make sure that actually this interview is conducted. Plus also following up afterwards. How was it? Are you interested in going for this opportunity, and so on. But in general, it's for general alignments. So everyone knows what's going on, because sometimes the EP might align on things with you or with the host side, but the other party doesn't know about it. So this is a good platform where you don't have to repeat everything and no one will be forgotten in the process, but everyone is on the same page. Please use this to clarify all details and everything about the project. Same here, everything is directly communicated to everyone. So you know about the dates that were communicated with the EP and so on. So very important to clarify this here, because this will then also be important for the ECB audit. So you can just take a screenshot from there and you don't have to ask between host and EP. And of course, also to support your experience. You can ask there, how is it going? And if the EP has any problems or anything arises, then you don't have to inform the host LC, but they already know because it was communicated in the group. So direct communication again. Please, important, don't talk to the host LC about the EP, but actually talk with the EP, yeah? So also don't use any Isaac language or whatever. Don't ask when is the IPS going to happen, but ask when is the incoming preparation seminar going to happen, or something like this, yeah? So always talk with the EP, and don't forget that the EP is also in the group. Then when it comes to the preparation for the interview, please first of all make sure that the EP understands why the interview is going to happen. Yeah, otherwise they might be scared and might not use it for the fullest. So explain the reasons for the interview, which is to get to know the EP and the host LC, so they get to know each other. You don't have to be part of this interview. Yeah, you just need to make sure that this happens between the EP and the host. they can understand each other's motivation, so the motivation and expectation of the EP. The EP can understand the project and the job description, and the EP is able to ask all questions they might have and get clarification about everything. Then to support in that, you can send some example questions to the EP. The EP can ask to the host LC what might be important to know for the EP before going. You can find the questions linked down here. So this link you can send to the EPs. And please make sure to support in actually scheduling the interview, but also reminding them and making sure that everyone is there at the same time and not someone is talking in, for example, Rwandan time and we're talking Ugandan time, yeah? And also follow up afterwards. So ask, okay, how was it? What is the next step? Yeah, so that the conversation keeps going after the interview. And make sure that the EP gets accepted by host after the interview from the host side. Then to clarify all details, what do we need? We need a visa details or like information about how to enter the country. So even if it's within East Africa, no visa is needed. Please still make sure that the EP knows if they need a passport, if they need whatever kind of vaccinations and all of that, yeah, that is important. And all of this should be communicated. The fees, what exactly will the EP have to pay over there and in which currency? And what exactly will it cover? As well as the dates. And that's important that you have all 5 dates clarified. Date of arrival, incoming preparation seminar, which has to be before the first day of the project. The first day of the project is the realization date. Last day of the project is the finish date. And it's important that the last day of the project is exactly 6 weeks after. Yeah. So if the starting date is a Monday, also the end date, the last day of the project, has officially to be 6 weeks after, also on a Monday. Yeah, not on a Friday before or something like that. It has to be exactly 6 weeks. If it's Monday, until Monday. And then, of course, also departure of the EP. All of these details, it's very important that we have confirmation about that. Written confirmation from the host LC to the EP. That's why it's very easy to get when you have this WhatsApp group. But also they can send a mail and put you in CC, or you get a screenshot from one of the parties involved. But you need proof that the host LC communicated these 3 things to the EP, because we will audit this. Okay, so now the EP is accepted by host. Now the EP has to fill the acceptance note to actually also accept from their side, yes, I want to do the project. Therefore, they go to isaac.org, they go to their profile, they go to my applications, what you can see on the left side. Then in my applications, they open the application and then they find the acceptance note there. In this overview, they always know where they are at in the process right now. And they can find the acceptance note there. It might also be sent to them via email, but in the profile, they find it for sure. Then after the EP is accepted on EXPA, yeah, you see then after the EP filled the acceptance note, you see that it's accepted and not accepted by host anymore. After that was done, you send the contract and the payment information. Therefore, you just create a copy from the contract template. Then after you created a copy from the template, please name it the way that is indicated in the SOPs. In the Pearls tool, yeah. In the Pearls tool, you can find the contract. Yeah? So you go to the Pearls tool, you find the contract template there. You can also see it down here, linked, and there's indicated how to name it. Then add it to adjust it to the EP. So you copy it, and then you fill what is written, what is marked here, the opportunity and the project details. And then you save it as a PDF. Please always send it as a PDF. Yeah, and when you enter the details here for the EP, you either do it also manually or you remove the dots. Yeah, don't write your answer between the dots, but if you write it via Word, please remove the dots. And then let the EP fill it manually. Yeah, the ones above contact details. The EP fills it like with handwriting, because you send it as a PDF, not as a Word document. Then after you send the contract, after you prepare the contract, you actually send it out. Therefore, we have a template, a mail template. The mail template was shared to all of your emails. If you don't have it, please contact me so you get template. You added this mail template to adjust it to the EP and to add a deadline. Yeah. On the right side, you see what exactly you have to change. You change the name in the beginning, which project they do, until when they have to pay, until when they have to send the contract, and then you change your bank account details. What is written here right now is the MC contacts, the MC account, but you will tell them to send it to your LC account. So please ask your VP-Fin or your LCP for the contacts. And then, of course, best regards, and then you write your name. This one you send to the EP with the bank details of your LC, as we said right now. And please always put someone in CC, put Isaac in Uganda in CC, just to be sure that it reaches someone. So follow up on the deadline. Once the deadline approaches, you set there, please remind them of the payment and then follow up if it was done after the deadline. Also follow up with your VP Finance so that you really know that the money was received. And after you received back the contract, you upload it in the ECB audit form. How to do this and what it is you can find here. So the necessary information or documents you need for the ECB audit is the project details from EXPA. You can just get it from EXPA when you check for the application there, and the profile of the EP, then the signed contract and proof of all details, what we talked about before, visa, fees, and dates. The link to upload it is down here. And you will also have a separate education about how to actually conduct the ECB audit. Then it's all left to do to approve the EP. You just go to the application of the EP, you click on paid for approve, which is on the left side, as you can see it here. And then after you click paid for approve, you click approve as home. After that, please remind the host entity to also approve from their side. Otherwise, it will forever remain approved as home, and will not be considered as an approval in the system. That's basically it. Please make sure to always follow all these steps so that we have legally fine approvals and we don't have any problems when they actually going to realize. Thank you. And for any more questions, please contact me.